it was probably the best thing that I did a whole review reaction or whatever for the last episode, because there was so much going on. If y'all seen my last video, it's up on the screen. I've been talking about like how Mark was throughout the whole season and what he had to face, and basically what happened, at the end with Conquest. And I thought episode 7, it can't get no crazier than this. It can't be this ridiculous than this. Nope. This episode, oh my goodness. I am so happy that I reacted to episode 7. Imagine me trying to orchestrate what I need to talk about for this episode and last episode. It would be so overwhelming, man. I would have to write a whole 4-page, 5-page essay on what I just seen with these last 2 episodes. Yo, this was a ridiculous episode. And the first thing I need to say is Mark's legacy was almost ruined. Mark's legacy was almost ruined in this episode, because once again, he has gotten beaten up by another Viltrumite. Now I understand, he's 150% more stronger. He got more training to do. So there should be no excuses for him to get beaten up the way he has gotten beaten up. And time again throughout these whole season, he's been getting beaten up by people that he should not get beaten up. He should not get beaten up by the Mauler twins. He shouldn't struggle against power plagues. He should not be struggling against these power beings because he's above it. But guess what? This episode, he got cooked like 50% of the episode. He got his hand broken, his inner thigh broken. Oliver almost got stretched out. Pause.
Yep.
Like literally. Oh man, this dude Conquest is worse. This nigga worse. This man is like 6'7", probably weigh about 350 pounds, and move faster than the speed of light with a hammer. With I don't know what that is. What that hand is. The Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know. Just socking Mark, throwing him in buildings. I was like, this episode 7 just ended. We just rescuing and saving these buildings, yet he is getting beaten up by this Viltrumite after what just happened in episode 7. It is crazy. This man Conquest is crazy. And like I said, Jeffrey D. Morgan voiced him. It's no different than Walking Dead. When if y'all seen Walking Dead, you know what scene I'm talking about. But it ain't no different than this. He was cooking Mark throughout the whole episode. He was just playing with him. You would think, oh, Mark is angry. He gonna use all of his power to kick Conquest's ass. Nope. Bow bow. He had a few hits in there, a little headbutt, a little side kick, but nope. Conquest just cooked this man. He destroyed his whole body. This was probably where Mark get to keep his face a little bit though. But this is almost as worse than what happened with his dad in this first season. I ain't gonna lie, Mark's legacy was almost dead until Adam Eve came through. Oh my goodness. Ray Allen last second shot. She came through. Man, all y'all was talking shit about Adam Eve this season. All of y'all. I listened to every single one of y'all reviewers or people that watch this season of Invincible saying, oh, what was the point of the last Adam Eve episode? I mean, the Adam Eve special. What's so special about her? She keep getting her ass whooped. I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna make up an excuse saying, when you're an adult, it's hard to have imagination. So the stronger the more imagination you have, the stronger you are. So I think as a kid, she was gonna, be the strongest as she possibly could. I was gonna make that excuse. I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna make that excuse, but I didn't have to. She saved that man's legacy. She saved that man's legacy. At first, I was like, no, Adam Eve, don't go out there. You just got hurt. And she was messed up, y'all. She came in, she tried, but then he did, he put his hand through her stomach, destroyed her face. I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is the end. Oh man. And then for some reason, she had her inner avatar come up, or Sailor Moon, whatever you want, and destroyed this man, blast this man, Conquest. And he was cooked. And then they gave Mark the opportunity to destroy him and just start headbutting him. Like, yee, 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 yee. Like, it was going crazy. Save this man legacy, bro. I ain't gonna lie though. Even though Mark's legacy is safe, I'm gonna go Skip Bayless on him now. Because this is the third time he got his ass whooped almost and got saved. Y'all can say, oh, I'm so proud of, I'm kind of proud of Mark because now he don't have to hold back. After what happened this season with Engstrom and what happened just now with Conquest, he can be like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of people calling out my name. I'm sick of people thinking that I can't do what needs to be done. I don't want to be the next. I don't want to be the next. I don't want to be the next immortal. So let me lock in and destroy everything in my path and make sure my brother is good the next time the Viltrumites come here. Oh, jeez, this was crazy. But yeah, I was so proud of him when it comes to that. From now on, I'm gonna go Skip Bayless on him. I gotta criticize him because this ass whooping was ridiculous. This was ridiculous, man. And then what happened with the other, with the rest of the episode besides that is we got the funeral for Rex, which is crazy. I'm like, damn, they killed my boy. Everyone was giving him an eulogy. It was kind of weird with Robot because he came up and was like, you know what, as this thing for Rex, I'm going to name myself I'm going to do this thing for the rest of my life to respect Rex's legacy by naming myself Rex, even though I am a younger Rex, which is kind of weird because like, hey, you try to steal this boy whole identity by calling yourself Rex? You already got his ID, his DNA. You gonna call yourself Rex already? That's kind of weird, man, but I respect it because he's trying to do tribute to his friends, so I understand that. But then Monster Girl called him Rex. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, that's kind of weird, bro, but ain't nobody gonna question it. But anyways, yeah, that was a little bit of a tribute. And then Adam Eve was crying and all that, and then after that, they had a little something because Mark was proud of her and all that. But whatever. This season was so crazy. This season was all about Mark like I said last video, this was all about Mark saving Mark facing his consequences. Like literally, no pun intended. Like he faced all his consequences from what happened with Omni-Man, which you can see people reacting to what Mark's done. And then Conquest coming over to destroy him for the most part. And then what happened with Engstrom and finally not holding back and feeling guilty of killing villains that need to be killed. Some folks need to be killed, bro. And one of those was Conquest. Speaking of that, staying on that topic, Cecil keeps him alive. And I haven't questioned Cecil all season, but it's like, Cecil, what are you doing? Some people just need to die, bro. They need to get killed. They don't need to be alive or nothing. After what you just seen, you gonna keep him alive? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. You think a facility, you think an explosion is gonna destroy him? That's not gonna happen. I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy keeping him alive, to question him and ask him about some things don't need to be questioned. You just need to kill. But they also got, at the end, they showing a continuation of things with the Ellie. I forgot about the Ellie and shit with Shape Smith and all the aliens that escaped from there or whatever. I forgot about that. And then the stuff with Engstrom, the Viltrumite shit. You know what? The one thing I am like, damn, I wish they came back to that was Alan and Omni-Man. But I guess that was like the conclusion of that arc of what we need to see from them. Hopefully we see him next season and get more of them. But yeah, this season was amazing. Also, there was this weird thing. Don't tell me, please. I don't want to hear nothing about the comics. I don't want to hear none what happened in the future. But it is kind of crazy how we see that devil reheated nachos Hellboy come back and say, oh, we found a being that can be a part of our cult or whatever. That was kind of weird. I don't understand that part, but don't tell me nothing about that. But yeah, this season was amazing. I'm glad that Invincible came back because it was dying out a little bit of the hype because of last season, even though I didn't think it was bad. But we here now. Everybody's hype. These last 2 episodes were amazing, and I'm just happy that we got it. And I can't wait for next season. And we don't have to wait. It's gonna be here next season. We're gonna find out what happens. So that is my 30 seconds after watching the episode reaction. So see y'all.